We're continuing our discussion of why government should be small. And today we want to talk about the importance of checks and balances in limited government. And those checks and balances are put in place in our Constitution, and they were put there for a reason, folks. It was by design, and it was a design that would separate the powers among the three branches of government and try and keep people in check and government in check. So let's talk about a few of these checks and balances. First of all, you just have a division of the three branches. We've got the legislative, the executive, and the judiciary. And so for government to work, they have to work in a certain amount of harmony. Power is not centralized in any one of those branches. That was the goal and the design. There are checks on the executive via impeachment processes. There's checks on the legislative via the veto process. And then there's the function of the legislative branch that the bills have to pass both houses in order to flow through and become laws by signature of either a governor or the president. And then the Senate approves federal judges. So you see in that structure just checks and balances all along the way when it's working well. Why is this so important? Well, I mentioned tyranny. Our country was founded in part on a desire to escape the tyranny of monarchies and some of the government in place in the European countries. The checks and balances also help stop the abuse of power for personal gain. Now think about that in light of today. One of the discussions is constantly the increase in personal wealth of our politicians who have served for decades. And when you see their net worth when they started versus their net worth when they have served for 20 or 40 years, dramatic differences there. So there's personal gain happening somehow. Most importantly, these checks and balances keep any one branch of our government from becoming too powerful. So let's have a fun quote from James Madison here. And I want to ask you a question at the end that is almost comical, but is also very sad when we really think through the answers to this question. James Madison: in framing a government which is to be administered by men over men, the great difficulty is this: you must first enable the government to control the governed, and in the next place, oblige it to control itself. My question to you is this: is our modern government controlling itself?